Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, we're going to be talking about what happens after the events of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 3, and how the popular theory that the show could even move its action to Site B could be more plausible than you think, as well as why this would force an element of the new trilogy, namely hybrid dinosaurs, to finally coexist with material from Isla Sorna. And alongside all of that, we'll be going into detail discussing what this could all mean for the Jurassic Park series in general. So after the campers avoid Eli Mills' mercenaries and make their way off of the island, the biggest thing that fans expect to happen to them involves Site B. Specifically that instead of ending up on the mainland of Costa Rica, our protagonists screw up navigating away from danger and instead find themselves stranded on the second island from the Jurassic Park universe. Now, with Site B being the factory floor where all of InGen's dinosaurs were originally cloned and nurtured before Hammond would have them transported over to the park, there are allegedly a ton of different species that are believed to be in existence on that island. Now, I say allegedly because there's actually a whole lot more to it than just people land on Dinosaur Island number 2, since Jurassic World was fully functional and running for 10 years. If you guys didn't know this already, several dinosaur species were actually captured and transported from Site B to Isla Nublar in order to restock the park with new dinosaurs that could be put on display. And there were also a lot of allegations of dinosaur poaching and ecosystem destruction after the events of the third movie on Site B. However, with the idea that Camp Cretaceous could theoretically take its plot over to the second island, we could see even more developments on Site B's well-being than what we've already been informed on. Fallen Kingdom makes a pretty big deal of the fact that everyone from the BBC to Benjamin Lockwood himself is under the assumption that John Hammond's dream of keeping the dinosaurs safe and away from human interference is a thing of the past, since Nublar is constantly cited as being the last known location where dinosaurs are believed to live. But if the theories on Camp Cretaceous happen to turn up being true, it's totally in the cards for the writers to show us that something has indeed survived on that island. So what does that mean for Jurassic Park going forward? Well, the other bit of plot that got teased at the end of Season 3 reveals a mysterious stowaway dinosaur that was aboard the camper's ship, which some have even speculated to be another E750, Dr. Wu's failed Scorpius Rex creation that can reproduce without another mate in a matter of literally no time at all, which would end up being a serious problem for both the humans and the populations of dinosaurs on Isla Sorna in the future. With the two known Scorpius Rexes doing harm or even killing loads of species already from Parasaurolophus and Sinoceratops to even the Ceratosaurs, I'd say the introduction of a creature of that chaotic nature would definitely be bad for the island in the long run. But then again, there's Jurassic Park 3's Spinosaurus, which is an even more interesting part of Isla Sorna lore that we have to bring up here if we're going to be discussing theories on hybrids, since more expanded lore includes Dr. Wu's failed attempts at gene splicing something in order to recreate feathers. Now, this is never really explicitly stated that it could be the Spino. In fact, some even believe this to be the origin story of the JP3 strand of raptors, but he did call the creature a quote accident that they left on Sorna. And there's also the fact that the Spinosaurus, Ceratosaurus, and other animals went through what was only known as the quote amalgam testing of 1999. So there's a lot of story to unpack and learn from there as well. But if Camp Cretaceous truly wants to take its story over to the second island, this will be a development that hasn't really been explored within an actual storyline since 2001, back when Sorna was believed to be crawling with dinosaurs and a restricted area from any outside interference. A lot of mysteries were left unsolved in Jurassic Park 3, and while new information has come out on what was going on within that film since then, to actually see and experience it with our own eyes would be an incredibly satisfying opportunity for fans of the Jurassic Park franchise in general. But it would also open up a lot of possibilities for stories involving a clash of Site B's 90s era material mixing with Jurassic World's trademark characters and hybrids. While it may be a stretch to assume that it is specifically E750 on the boat at this given point in time, I do believe that Site B turning up in Season 4 isn't as far-fetched as people think, and I think Camp Cretaceous is actually the perfect place to show it off before we get even more info from it in Jurassic World Dominion, which has already teased us with that embryo box bearing the name Site B on the set. With all that being said, I do want to mention that the art for the thumbnail that I've used in this video came from a good friend of mine, Yaroslav Kosmina, who is actually a concept artist, illustrator, and actually dinosaur special effects like wizard. He does a lot of cool stuff and has worked with the Jurassic World franchise for a few years now, and he recently did this awesome poster for Jurassic World Dominion with Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, Owen Clare, Ian Malcolm, the Indominus, Spino, all kinds of stuff on the front cover that actually got recognition from some pretty important brands, to say the least, and it could even get pushed forward as something that I think they'd like to promote. So I just want to say that if you want to follow any of his work, links will be in the description down below for it, and yeah, it's really, really good, guys. I wouldn't bring it up if I didn't think that it was worth talking about on this channel. So what are all of your thoughts on Season 4 of Camp Cretaceous? Will they actually go to Isla Sorna? Is another Scorpius Rex stowed away on the boat? And will we see the developments of Jurassic World mixed with the second island from Jurassic Park in the upcoming episodes? Now, whatever your own thoughts happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it really means the world to me that you all continue to support what I do, and I never want you to ever forget that. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video and hope that you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.